The assignment establishes the setting, introduces the main characters, and subtly sets up the central HFY, humans are special theme, that will run throughout the narrative. It begins by placing Captain Alex Mercer firmly in the context of the Galactic Peace Corps, which already positions him as a human with extensive experience in interstellar diplomacy and conflict. This opening establishes credibility. Alex is competent, seasoned, and confident. Readers immediately understand that he is not just an ordinary human, he is someone who has faced dangerous and complex situations before. This is crucial because it lays the foundation for later contrasts. If Alex is already skilled, the challenges introduced by Zalara will highlight not his incompetence, but the unique qualities that make humans exceptional. The story quickly moves to the central conflict of Part 1, the introduction of Zalara, Alex's new alien partner. Zalara is described in vivid terms. Her bioluminescent form, elongated limbs, and piercing eyes immediately set her apart from humans, emphasizing the alien nature of the story world. By focusing on her physical and behavioral characteristics, the author gives readers a sense of both wonder and tension. She is portrayed as elegant, powerful, and potentially dangerous, which mirrors a recurring theme in HFY stories. Humans encountering beings of immense strength or sophistication, yet finding ways to navigate, adapt, and ultimately thrive in their presence. A key narrative technique in Part 1 is the omission of critical information by the Galactic Council. Alex receives only a brief, cryptic warning that Zalara has biological cycles that can affect behavior, but the specifics are deliberately left out. This omission serves several purposes. First, it introduces an element of dramatic irony. The audience, knowing something crucial has been withheld, anticipates the potential complications. Second, it establishes a subtle conflict for Alex, not one that is immediately external or violent, but internal and situational. He must navigate his mission while being unaware of the invisible biological pressures that Zalara will later exert. Finally, it reinforces a recurring HFY theme: human adaptability in the face of incomplete information. Where other species might fail due to rigid instincts or over-reliance on protocol, humans like Alex can improvise and respond effectively even in uncertain situations. The story also introduces the first hint of the pheromonal influence Zalara has over others. When Alex meets her on the transport ship, he notices a faint but undeniable effect from her presence. The description of her scent as a complex mix of pheromones foreshadows the central challenge of the story while simultaneously creating intrigue. This moment establishes the interplay between alien biology and human resilience, which is a central HFY motif. Humans are biologically and mentally adaptable in ways that other species underestimate. The narrative suggests that while Zalara's pheromones might overwhelm or manipulate most beings, humans may not only resist but even leverage the situation to their advantage, although Alex himself is not yet aware of this potential. Another critical element in Part 1 is the use of internal perspective and humor. Alex's subtle observations, his polite questions, raised eyebrows, and unconscious reactions to Zalara's presence help humanize him. They make him relatable to readers while reinforcing the story's HFY tone. Humans face extraordinary circumstances with curiosity, wit, and courage rather than sheer brute force. This combination of competence, adaptability, and humor sets the stage for later moments where Alex's human qualities will allow him to excel in situations that would fluster even the most advanced alien species. Finally, Part 1 establishes tension and anticipation, key storytelling devices. By highlighting Alex's ignorance of the full situation, his respect for Zalara's abilities, and the subtle but powerful impact she has on him, the story primes readers for the central conflict. Navigating the complexities of an alien mating season while accomplishing high-stakes diplomatic missions. The pacing, descriptive details, and layered foreshadowing create a sense of suspense. drawing the reader into the story world and making them invested in how a human will handle a scenario that is biologically and culturally overwhelming for most species. In summary, Part 1 is not just an introduction. It is a carefully crafted setup that establishes the characters, the stakes, and the thematic core of the story. It demonstrates the HFY principle by showing that even in the face of superior alien abilities and incomplete information, humans like Alex possess adaptability, insight, and resilience that allow them to confront and eventually thrive in extraordinary circumstances. The narrative tension, descriptive world-building, and subtle foreshadowing all serve to make this opening both engaging and thematically rich. Titled Unexpected Signals, is where the story begins to explore the unique interplay between human adaptability and alien biology, emphasizing the HFY theme. Humans thrive in situations that would incapacitate or overwhelm other species. This section deepens the relationship between Captain Alex Mercer and his alien partner Zylara, while simultaneously introducing tension and unpredictability that drive the narrative forward. The part opens with Alex and Zylara on their first mission, observing a neutral colony in the Helix Nebula and mediating a trade dispute. On the surface, the mission appears routine, but the real challenge is biological and psychological, rather than purely tactical. The story immediately underscores a fundamental difference between humans and other species. While most aliens rely heavily on rigid instincts, Alex's species exhibits remarkable flexibility. He is unaware of Zylara's mating season, a crucial detail omitted by the Galactic Council, which creates a classic HFY scenario. Humans are thrust into extraordinary situations without the need for prior preparation. This demonstrates a recurring HFY motif: humans' ability to adapt in real time and turn unpredictable circumstances into opportunities. The narrative highlights Zylara's pheromonal signals, which are subtle but powerful in her culture. Her bioluminescence, breathing patterns, and body language serve as biological cues that other species would interpret instinctively, often leading to avoidance, confusion, or intimidation. The text emphasizes that humans, however, are not easily swayed by these cues. Alex does feel a physical and psychological impact. He notices that something about her presence is affecting him, but unlike other species, he does not falter. This is a subtle yet critical reinforcement of the HFY theme. Humans' unique combination of emotional intelligence, mental resilience, and adaptability allows them to navigate environments that are biologically overwhelming to other species. During the first negotiation at the colony, Alex's ability to read Zylara's signals becomes a significant tactical advantage. Her unspoken cues reveal hidden tensions among the colony factions, which he interprets instinctively. This moment demonstrates a key aspect of the HFY narrative. Human instincts, though often portrayed as primitive by alien species, provide a type of perception and understanding that rigidly specialized aliens cannot replicate. Alex's human intuition allows him to detect underlying motives, anticipate conflicts, and respond in ways that others might miss entirely. The story uses this scenario to illustrate the cognitive flexibility of humans, a recurring theme in HFY literature that celebrates human adaptability as a form of superiority in interspecies contexts. Part 2 also begins to develop the personal dynamic between Alex and Zylara. Unlike other species who might flee, submit, or react aggressively to her pheromonal influence, Alex maintains composure. This draws Zylara's attention in a way that surprises her, signaling a subtle shift in the power dynamic. While she is biologically dominant in this scenario, Alex's human qualities, curiosity, composure, and resilience, make him uniquely capable of working alongside her without being compromised. This interaction foreshadows their future synergy. Human traits, underestimated by alien species, are shown to complement even the most extraordinary alien abilities. The story also weaves intention and intrigue through descriptive sensory details. The author emphasizes the complexity of Xylara's pheromones, the glow of her bioluminescent skin, and the subtle shifts in her behavior. These descriptions not only create an immersive sci-fi atmosphere, but also reinforce the stakes. Alex is operating in a high-pressure environment where understanding and responding correctly to alien signals could mean the difference between success and failure. The tension grows because the audience understands the full implications of her mating signals, whereas Alex does not. This dramatic irony keeps readers engaged while highlighting human resilience in uncharted conditions. Finally, Part 2 reinforces the narrative structure of growth and adaptation. Alex begins to realize, on an instinctive level, that his human traits are allowing him to operate in ways Xylara, or any other species, would not expect. This lays the groundwork for future parts, where his adaptability will not only help complete the mission but also earn the respect and trust of a species renowned for its precision and power. The combination of biological tension, diplomatic complexity, and human ingenuity exemplifies the HFY principle. Humans are able to thrive where others might fail, simply by leveraging natural resilience, intuition, and adaptability. In conclusion, Part 2 is a turning point that deepens both the plot and the thematic elements. It introduces Xylara's mating season. Titled The Challenge, is a pivotal section of the story, as it emphasizes both the human adaptability theme central to HFY narratives and the growing complexity of the partnership between Captain Alex Mercer and his alien partner, Xylara. In this section, the story shifts from initial exposure and subtle discovery into active testing, placing Alex in situations that reveal the depth of human resilience, intuition, and problem-solving ability under pressure. The section opens with Alex fully aware that working with Xylara is no ordinary assignment. Her mating signals, which began affecting him subtly in Part 2, now present a tangible challenge. In Vathari culture, the mating season can induce behavioral instability in other species, aggression, distraction, or avoidance, yet humans like Alex are portrayed as capable of maintaining composure under biological and psychological stressors. This situational setup exemplifies a key HFY motif. Humans' adaptability is not merely physical, but also psychological, allowing them to navigate scenarios where other species would fail. By positioning Alex in a scenario designed to overwhelm him, the story amplifies the contrast between human resilience and alien expectations. The narrative highlights a specific incident during a diplomatic visit to a hostile outpost. Here, Xylara's pheromonal influence reaches a peak, creating an environment that would typically intimidate or incapacitate alien officials and soldiers. The story underscores that these biological signals are not trivial. They are a natural defense mechanism honed over generations of Vathari evolution. For most species, these signals would disrupt focus, induce hesitation, or trigger fear responses. Alex, however, demonstrates what HFY literature often celebrates. Humans are unpredictable and resilient in ways that allow them to turn perceived disadvantages into strategic advantages. His ability to remain unaffected by Xylara's full biological influence surprises both her and the other species present. Part 3 also emphasizes the emergence of synergy between Alex and Xylara. While her mating season could have created tension or conflict, Alex's calm and composed responses allow him to anticipate her actions, interpret her subtle cues, and complement her diplomatic and tactical strategies. This mutual understanding highlights a central theme in HFY storytelling. Humans may be biologically less specialized, but their versatility, empathy, and ingenuity allow them to succeed in environments dominated by species that rely on instinctual or rigid behaviors. By interpreting Xylara's cues, Alex demonstrates that human perception and instinctive reasoning are not merely tools. They are forms of evolutionary superiority in a galaxy that underestimates human potential. Another significant aspect of Part 3 is the interpersonal development between Alex and Xylara. The story conveys her astonishment at his composure. Phrases like, "Most falter when I am like this, but you," convey her recognition of an innate human quality she has, never encountered, the ability to maintain focus and act decisively under biologically manipulative circumstances. This interaction is important because it reinforces the HFY theme on an interpersonal level. Humans are not only exceptional on a species-wide scale, but also in their ability to navigate interspecies social and biological complexity. Xylara's admiration foreshadows the mutual respect that will deepen in later parts, establishing humans as uniquely capable of thriving in environments designed to destabilize others. The narrative also continues to employ sensory and descriptive storytelling to heighten tension. Xylara's pheromones, her luminescent signals, and subtle behavioral shifts create a dynamic environment that is visually and biologically immersive. Readers are made to feel the intensity of the alien mating signals and the stakes involved in maintaining composure. This immersive approach not only heightens suspense, but also showcases Alex's exceptional ability to operate effectively where others might fail, reinforcing the HFY principle that human adaptability is often underestimated. Finally, Part 3 illustrates the story's larger thematic point. Human success is often rooted in flexibility, observation, and emotional intelligence, rather than sheer physical power or alien-level instinctual abilities. While Xylara's species relies on predictable biological dominance, Alex's human traits allow him to respond in ways that are unpredictable, highly adaptive, and strategically effective. This sets the stage for the later parts, where his abilities will not only ensure mission success, but also solidify trust and synergy with Xylara. In conclusion, Part 3 is a turning point in the story. It transforms Alex from an observant participant into an active problem solver capable of leveraging uniquely human qualities. By juxtaposing Xylara's instinct-driven behavior with Alex's adaptability, the narrative emphasizes a central HFY theme. Humans are resilient, resourceful, and capable of thriving in environments that challenge, manipulate, or overwhelm other species. The tension, character development, and thematic reinforcement all converge in this part, making it a critical section for both plot progression and the broader celebration of human ingenuity in the galaxy. Titled Understanding, represents a critical stage in the narrative where the story shifts from external conflict to interpersonal and strategic synergy, deepening the HFY theme that humans possess unique qualities, allowing them to thrive in situations that challenge even the most advanced alien species. In this part, the focus is not only on the ongoing mission, but also on the evolving relationship between Captain Alex Mercer and Xylara, highlighting how human adaptability, emotional intelligence, and instinctive reasoning differentiate humans from other galactic species. At the start of Part 4, Alex has already navigated Xylara's pheromonal influence and biological signals during earlier encounters. Unlike most species, which would have been destabilized, distracted, or even incapacitated, Alex exhibits a remarkable ability to remain composed, observe, and respond effectively. This establishes a central HFY motif. Humans are capable of converting potential vulnerabilities into advantages. While Xylara's mating season is inherently a period of heightened biological influence designed to dominate or destabilize, Alex's human traits, flexibility, perception, and instinct allow him to operate at peak performance. This dynamic demonstrates that human superiority in the story is not a matter of brute force or alien-level specialization, but of adaptability and ingenuity. One of the central elements in this part is the subtle development of mutual trust and understanding between Alex and Xylara. Whereas in previous parts their interaction was cautious, professional, and laced with unspoken tension, Part 4 reveals a deeper cognitive and emotional alignment. Alex begins to anticipate her needs, not just in a tactical sense, but also in a personal, almost empathetic manner. He learns when to give her space, when to act, and how to respond to the complex interplay of her biological cues. This adaptive understanding exemplifies the story's HFY core. Humans excel in situations requiring situational awareness, empathy, and emotional intelligence, even when faced with species whose abilities would overwhelm others. The narrative emphasizes Zalara's astonishment at Alex's capabilities. She explicitly acknowledges that humans differ from other species she has encountered, noting that most would falter under her influence. This moment is thematically significant because it frames human adaptability as an evolutionary and cultural advantage rather than a mere plot device. Unlike species bound by rigid instincts or social protocols, humans demonstrate flexibility, creativity, and resilience, traits that allow them to navigate unpredictable circumstances with composure. By highlighting Zalara's recognition, the story reinforces the idea that human strength lies in versatility and intellect, not just physical prowess. Part 4 also explores the synergistic potential of human-alien partnerships. Alex's calm interpretation of Zalara's signals enhances her effectiveness, allowing her to leverage her biological and cultural strengths without interference. This illustrates another HFY theme. Humans can serve as catalysts in cross-species dynamics, turning what might be seen as a challenge into a strategic advantage. The story demonstrates that human presence can enhance alien capabilities, showing the galaxy that humans are not only resilient in isolation, but also amplifiers of collective success when working in cooperation with other species. The descriptive elements of the story continue to reinforce tension and immersion. Zalara's luminescent skin, the subtle pheromonal shifts, and her nuanced gestures provide a rich sensory backdrop. Alex's responses, observant, instinctive, and precise, highlight the stark contrast between human adaptability and the more rigid behaviors of other galactic species. Through these details, readers perceive not only the biological challenge, but also Alex's unique capacity to navigate it successfully, reinforcing the HFY message that humans thrive in circumstances others deem overwhelming. Importantly, Part 4 also begins to shift the narrative from survival and adaptability to strategic mastery. Alex is no longer simply reacting to Zalara's biological influence. He begins to anticipate it, align with it, and use it to optimize mission outcomes. This represents a maturation of both character and theme. Humans are exceptional because they can integrate observation, instinct, and action in unpredictable environments, turning potential threats into tools for success. Finally, this part solidifies the emotional and professional bond between all. Titled Mission Accomplished, Lessons Learned, serves as the climactic and thematic conclusion of the story, tying together narrative arcs, character development, and the overarching HFY, humans are special, themes. This final section is crucial because it demonstrates the culmination of Captain Alex Mercer's growth, the successful navigation of Zalara's biological and cultural challenges, and the reinforcement of human uniqueness in the interstellar context. At the start of Part 5, Alex and Zalara have successfully completed their mission in the Helix Nebula. Their primary objective, resolving a complex trade dispute and mediating tensions among alien factions, has been achieved. However, the narrative emphasizes that their success was not solely due to tactical skill or alien assistance. It was largely a product of human adaptability, intuition, and resilience. The HFY motif is evident here. Humans thrive in situations that would destabilize other species. Whereas Zalara's pheromonal influence would typically overwhelm diplomats or soldiers, Alex's capacity to maintain composure, interpret subtle cues, and respond effectively allowed the mission not only to succeed, but to exceed expectations. Central focus in this part is the establishment of mutual respect and trust between Alex and Zalara. Zalara's acknowledgement of Alex's abilities, His composure in the face of her biological influence and his strategic insight illustrates a recurring HFY theme. Humans possess qualities that are often underestimated by other species. She remarks, "You faced my mating season, my instincts, my entire being, and you did not falter." This line highlights that human resilience is not merely physical, but also psychological and emotional. The narrative conveys that humans' ability to adapt, observe, and act decisively in unpredictable circumstances sets them apart in a galaxy dominated by species that rely on instinct, rigid social hierarchies, or specialized biology. Part 5 also underscores the transformative potential of human-alien partnerships. Alex's interaction with Xylara demonstrates that humans do not just survive challenges, they enhance the effectiveness of those around them. By remaining calm and perceptive, under pressure, Alex allows Xylara to operate at her peak potential, ensuring that her unique skills are leveraged to maximum effect. This illustrates a key HFY principle. Humans' adaptability allows them to synergize with other species in ways that no other species can, turning even biologically or socially complex situations into advantages rather than liabilities. The narrative further emphasizes the human capacity for strategic thinking and improvisation. While Xylara's mating season could have been a destabilizing factor for almost any species, Alex's human instincts enable him to anticipate the effects of her pheromonal signals, adjust his behavior accordingly, and even use the situation to support mission objectives. This shows that humans are not only resilient but also resourceful in environments designed to disrupt or control others. The story uses this scenario to illustrate that human ingenuity, emotional intelligence, and adaptability are evolutionary strengths that make humans exceptional in a galaxy full of more biologically or technologically advanced species. In addition to professional success, Part 5 explores emotional resonance and interpersonal growth. The deepened bond between Alex and Xylara represents more than a functional partnership. It is a mutual recognition of capability, trust, and respect. The narrative emphasizes that humans excel in cross-species interaction because of their empathy, social awareness, and willingness to navigate complexity without rigid adherence to instinct or protocol. Xylara's glowing smile and admiring words reflect an acknowledgement that humans are unpredictable in ways that are both challenging and beneficial, qualities that make them formidable and adaptable in the interstellar community. The story's conclusion also reinforces a broader HFY message. Human success is rooted in versatility rather than brute force or biological specialization. Whereas other species might rely on instinctual dominance or rigid hierarchies, humans integrate observation, intuition, and action, allowing them to excel in unfamiliar and high-stakes environments. Alex's ability to thrive under Xylara's influence is symbolic of humanity's larger place in the galaxy, a species underestimated by many, capable of extraordinary feats through adaptability, empathy, and ingenuity. Finally, Part 5 closes the narrative with both satisfaction and thematic resonance. The mission is complete, interstellar diplomacy has succeeded, and the partnership between Alex and Xylara has matured into mutual respect and trust. The story leaves readers with a clear HFY takeaway. Humans are exceptional not because they are biologically dominant, technologically superior, or instinctually precise, but because they thrive in uncertainty, adapt to the extraordinary, and turn challenges into opportunities. This resolution solidifies the story's celebration of human uniqueness, while offering a satisfying emotional and narrative closure. In summary, Part 5 successfully ties together the story's plot, character arcs, and thematic elements. It highlights human adaptability, resilience, and ingenuity, shows the power of human-alien collaboration, and reinforces the HFY principle that humans can succeed in environments where other species falter. By demonstrating both mission success and interpersonal growth, this part provides a fitting and compelling conclusion to the story, celebrating humans as a species capable of thriving in the galaxy's most complex and challenging circumstances.